Alright, anyway. I'm gonna do some stuff, and we can stay where we are while we do it, but I'm gonna teach you a quick little song first, and we're gonna pretend like we knew it, right? Like it is something that we've done for a while, let's put it that way. Now I got it. But now everybody is excited about using their A, so.
You just say their
Alright, let's see.
Wait, let's see.
I don't know the tune to sing.
Alright. Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, ill on Thursday, worse by Friday, died on Saturday, and Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy. This is a hard one to break up, so.
Wow.
Yeah. Solomon Grundy, born on Monday.
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday,
Christened on Tuesday.
christened on Tuesday,
Married on Wednesday.
married on Wednesday,
Ill on Thursday.
ill on Thursday,
Worse on Friday.
worse on Friday,
Died on Saturday.
died on Saturday,
And Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy. Stop. 2, ready.
and Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy.
Right, let's do that again. 2, ready, and
Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy.
Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy. The grunt is still up, then we go down. Let's try it again. 2, ready, and go.
And Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy.
Good, got it. All right, whole thing. I'm going to do it again. Ready? It's Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday, and Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy. 1, 2, ready?
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday, and Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy.
Awesome. I'm going to put that up on the board because it's hard for us to remember which ones. I always have to tell myself, born, christened, married. Like I have to go through the thing.
Was he like?
He was like Benjamin Button, but in reverse.
I love that movie.
So he like got old.
Fast.
One day more.
Married,
Yeah, it's really good.
ill, worse,
It's a good life.
died,
Monday.
and then Sunday's the end. All right. So, oh, I don't know why I carried that all the way over here. It's
Monday.
okay.
That's
Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday.
So that's the order of it. Let's go with, just pretend that you guys have known that song for a while, that you have been singing it for a while, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to use a chair. If we were the grade that I would be teaching this for, we might be sitting on the floor, but we don't have to right now, so don't worry about it. Okay, get myself a music stand here in the center. Now we'll go. Alright, so you know that song. That is a known. It's a thing. We may have talked very briefly about how the melody of that song might move. We might have mentioned a tiny little bit about that. Alright. Whew. Okay. Who can tell me what today is? Raise your hands. Who can tell me what today is? Heaven.
Thursday.
Today is Thursday. Does anybody remember the song that we've been singing that has the days of the week in it? Which one?
Solomon Grundy.
That's right, that's the one that we've been singing about the days of the week and the guy who lives like super, super fast. What we're gonna do is sing it one more time. Let's see if we remember it. Ready, and
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday, and Sunday was the end of Solomon Grundy.
very nice singing, everybody. You did an excellent job. The last time that we were together, we talked just a tiny little bit about how the notes in that song move, whether they get higher or lower or whether they stay the same. I'm going to sing just one part of the song, and you're going to tell me whether it goes higher, whether it goes lower, or whether it stays the same. Okay, so just listen to this one part of the song, all right? Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday. All right, now that you've listened to that part, let's see. Close your eyes. Give me a thumbs up if you think that that part of the song, the notes all stay the same, that they're the same pitch. They don't go up or down. Okay, hands down. All right, if you think that it goes lower, thumbs up. Okay, and a fist if if it stays the same. How many think that that part right there that we listen to stays the same? The pitches don't go up or down. And how many aren't sure? Give me a fist for not sure. All right, we can open again. All right, one more time, okay? I'm gonna make my finger do what the pitches are doing, okay? And you'll see whether they go up or down. You can even use your finger too. As it stays the same, make it go forward. If it goes up, make it go up. If it goes down, make it go down, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, here I go. Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday. Does it ever go anywhere? It all stays the same? It stays the same, right. I saw some thumbs up on stays the same, and that's right. It does stay the same all the way through. You are so correct. All right, what we're going to do now, though, we're going to learn a new song. A new song, and it's about losing something. How many of you have ever lost something? What'd you lose?
Oh no, I've lost my iPod before.
You lost your iPod. That's pretty important. What did you lose?
I lost my car keys.
You lost your car keys. Oh my goodness. What did you lose?
I lost on mine.
You lost your, that's probably the worst out of all of them. I mean, we kind of need our minds. This song is about losing something really important too, and it's kind of like what Heaven lost. It's about losing a key, but it's a key to a certain thing. So I'm going to teach it to you first. All right. I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. So what did I lose? I lost the closet key. I've got some really important stuff in that closet, so I'd really like to get the key back, but I lost it. I don't know where it is. But we're going to try and sing the song now, okay? So when it's my turn, I'll point to me. When it's your turn, I'll point to you, okay? I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. 1, 2, ready?
I lost the closet key in my lady's garden.
I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. 1, 2.
I lost the closet key in my lady's garden.
My turn. The whole thing. I lost the closet
closet key in my lady's garden.
You guys just did a great job singing. That's a brand new song, and you did so good. I'm gonna do something a little different now while I sing the song. And I want you to tell me what you think I'm doing with this key. All right, so I have a key, and I want you to notice something about the way it moves and what happens with my voice, okay? I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. What did I do with my key? What did you do?
You moved
What
it
did I
up
do?
and down.
I moved it up and down. Did when I moved my key match my voice, or did it do the opposite of my voice? It matched it, so when my voice was higher, I moved the key higher. When it was lower, I moved the key lower. I wonder if you guys could do that. Can you guys make your keys move to match what our voices are doing when we sing? You take those and pass them. I bet you guys can do it. You're so smart.
Wait.
Sorry.
This way, sorry.
That's okay. You guys are so smart and you're such good singers that I bet you guys are going to be able to do it just right away because you're so good. Everybody have a key? We're super close. All right. So hold your keys like this instead of up and down. Hold them this way. All right. Let's see if you can match your keys to your voice like I did before. 1, 2, ready.
I lost the closet key in my lady's garden. I lost the closet key in my lady's garden.
Nice job. Everybody matched their keys to their voices. I think you did an excellent job with that. I'm gonna count backwards from 10, and you have time to work with a partner. Find your partner in 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Make a key.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. All right, I'm gonna pass out some things for you, our bendaroos. We've used these before in our class. I'm gonna give each group 2 bendaroos, all right? 2 bendaroos. Are you guys a 3? You're a 2. Okay, 2. Bendaroos.
Those look so cool.
They're bendable.
They are bendable.
Wait, do we each get one?
Wait, it's like Twizzlers. Can I eat this?
Which one would you like? You just choose your.
Okay, so everybody has a bendaroo or 2 now, and you have your partner that you're working with. What I want you to do, the first person, well, the first bendaroo, you're going to use the first bendaroo to make what Solomon Grundy sounds like until Saturday. So that whole bit that we did first, Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, all that, all the way up to Saturday, make that with your bendaroo. So if you think it moves up and down, show the up and down. If you don't think it moves up and down, or if it just moves up, or if it just moves down, make it on your table with your partner.
Like this.
Now this is partners. So check it out, see what happens here.
Can I twist it?
Oh,
So,
those 2 work together, they put them together.
Oh.
Straighten it up to me.
yeah, it's on his day. It looks-
That's okay, these are very long.
Look, now it's on nervous.
It looks like everybody has what Solomon Grundy does on their bendaroos on their tables. So what we're gonna do now is think about the closet key that we just sang. I can either sing it to you, you can sing it to yourself. I lost the closet key. Think about what that sounds like and make that with your bendaroo. Make what the pitches do in closet key with your bendaroos. You can do it as a group like you guys are if you want to, or you can do it by yourself.
Like this.
You can get help from your partner.
Does this look right?
Looks good.
Like,
Oh, I see some of those. Yeah, looks good. Looks pretty good. Now take your partner. One person keep closet key, okay? Okay? One person keep closet key, okay? The other person make Solomon Grundy on top of, like, right next to. Make it next to, so you can look at both of them at the same time. So you can do it at the same time. So you can have Solomon Grundy and closet key. All right, somebody in a pair, tell me how they're different. Tell me how they look different.
One's curvy and one's straight.
One's not straight.
One is straight and one is kind of curvy. One goes up and down, the other one stays straight all the time. You're exactly right. So they are very, very different. Are they different because they have different words? Or are they different because they sound different?
You sound different.
Or is it both?
Yeah.
Both.
It's both. You're right. It's all those reasons. So, all right, and that's the end of the lesson portion, okay? The part that I'm teaching. What grade would I maybe have been teaching there?
First or kindergarten?
Yeah, like kindergartners, first graders. Typically I'd have little ones on the floor, and that's why when I'm like, find your partner and count backwards from 10, they might need to move to a partner. And then 1, 2, 3, eyes on me and all that. Nobody ever in the entire world that met me before I started doing this would have ever thought that I would have liked to teach kindergarten at all, because I just don't think that people thought it was my personality in any way, shape, or form. But I love it. I think it's a ton of fun. And whether I'm any good at it, I don't know, but I enjoy it, so that's one thing. All right, let's deconstruct a little bit what just happened. What was I trying to teach? Was it obvious to you what I wanted the students to learn? What did I want them to learn?
The difference between.
Yeah, the difference between just the same and up and down. Up and down and just the same. I chose my contexts, the pieces of music that I wanted to use. I chose those really carefully, right? I had to find one that stays mostly the same, where it doesn't really move at all. That can be kind of hard to do sometimes. It's even harder to find in popular music nowadays. If you try to do a pop example, it's really hard to find one. Hard enough in folk song, even harder in real life. But yeah, I'm trying to teach up and down, so things can move, stay the same, whatever, and the difference between those things. So what are some of the ways with those students? Did we do performing, describing, creating? Just some, just one? Did we perform?
Yes.
Yes, we did the same, we did different, we sang. Did we describe?
Yeah.
Yes, in what ways did we describe?
We used the Bengaroos.
We used the Bengaroos. Did we do anything else to describe?
We use the key to like.
We used the key's describing. Did we do anything else to describe?
Our finger.
Used our fingers if we used our fingers, some people did that, some people didn't. That's all over there. But yeah, if you did that, then that's describing too. Did we do anything else to describe?
Oh, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, that's your way of saying yes, no, I hear it, I don't. Yes, it's present, no, it's not. That can be describing as well. Did we create?
No.
We didn't really create anything new. No, we didn't really make anything different. We just performed a little and described in this one. Did we do anything inactive where we did something that the concept meant?
Moving the key up and down.
Moving the key up and down, absolutely. We're moving, it's a small movement, and that might not even be the best for kindergartners, but I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to control those small movements, although this does involve a pretty big movement. If I could have them do this, I probably would, but I'll tell you right now with a class of 25 to 30 kindergartners, I try to keep that at a minimum when I want them to think. Because it takes a while for them to come back down from this, you know what I mean? And this also generally means a pretty big movement, and the movement that we had in Closet Key is actually pretty small. So I try to keep it together as much as humanly possible. So yeah, that one's inactive. We're doing what the concept means. We're doing this way, and maybe even this one, if we moved like that, we're moving the same. I'll tell you what, moving the same is really hard to do. How do you make the same movement? If you want kids to move, pitches don't move. That's a really hard one to do, you know? It's like, do they just walk in a straight line? And then if you want them to go, does this mean higher and this one mean lower? Having them do same pitches is really tough when you want them to move inactively. So the finger is sort of, using their finger to draw the music or the melodic contour is a good way to do that. For me anyway. Let's see, did we do anything iconic? Did we make something that looked like the concept?
Yes.
Yeah, using the bendaroos. It looks like the concept means. When we had the bendaroo super straight, it looks just like the melodic contour. When we moved it up and down for closet key, it looks like the up and down, like exactly what I want them to learn. Did they do any symbols? No symbols that time. You're right. All right, so we've got performing, describing, no creating, and we have some inactive, and this one was mainly focused on describing. I did a lot of describing with this lesson. So we're going to put up the lesson plan. I'm going to put up the lesson plan, not weird. I mean, you're not going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. So the lesson plan that I used, please try not to wig out when I show this to you. Okay. This is the lesson plan that I used for me. My time allotted, it's supposed to be up there, but it's down there. There's more to this lesson, and with kindergartners it would go slower than it did with us, for sure. But let's see, I have my element, I have melody, my concept statement, a series of pitches may move up, down, or stay the same, and my prior knowledge related to the concept. You have experience singing songs that have repeated pitches and pitch changes. You knew Solomon Grundy, or we pretended you did. And they've identified for much of the song that it doesn't move. So that's my vocab that I would use, or that I want them to use. Going up, going or goes up, goes or going down, or stays the same. Those are the terms I want them to use to describe my kindergartners. And then here are the learning objectives that I had for this one. Is that hard to see? It probably is. Let's make that a little bigger. Is that better? Yes, easier to see? So I have some that aren't directly related, but they're things I would want kids to do. Ones that I'll almost always have are the learner will consistently match pitches. Matching pitch is something that kindergartners, we want them to be able to do by the end of the year. We hope that they're singing with us and matching pitch. Believe it or not, kindergartners do not always come in and sing like angels and match pitch with you right away. It can be really tough. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I want them to do that. I also want them to match pitches while singing closet key. I could combine that and say singing Solomon Grundy and closet key and just make one. I actually developed this lesson for part of a curriculum plan, so I was very explicit and separated them because the professor I was working for would have preferred it that way. Learner will move their cutout keys up or down accurately to reflect the melodic contour of the closet key. So what I want you to be able to do is to do this and have it match your voice. I want that to happen. And I'm going to watch you and see how that happens. One of the reasons I sometimes keep a stand near me is because remember how I was telling you that I use like the plus or the plus, tilde, and line little rubric? If I see a student that's having trouble while we're doing it and they're not quite matching it, if I give them another try and I see that they're still not quite matching it, or if they're getting it some of the time, all I have to do is put down initials and write like that. So sometimes I'll keep, you know what I mean? I'll keep a note card or whatever on a music stand that's near me so that I can do that. And I try to give myself space while I'm teaching to be able to do that, where I'm not moving. Notice that when you guys were moving your own keys and you were doing this and singing, what was I doing? Just watching. All I'm doing is watching. I'm not singing with you. I'm listening to hear if you can sing it. I'm not moving the keys because if you have a student that isn't sure, watching me is certainly going to make it obvious what the right answer is, right? So if I have them do it themselves without me doing it, it's better. That's how I know that they really know it. Are you just copying me, or do you actually understand what's happening? So I'm watching them do that to see. Let's see. The learner will accurately describe the melodic contours of Solomon Grundy and the closet key by shaping yarn, or benderoos if you have them, I do, to describe the melodic contour. Or no, to match the melodic contours of each song. So you guys had to make them. And then I can go around and look and see, do you get it? Don't you get it? What do you do if, say you guys didn't get it right away? Say I had a kid, I had a group that was struggling and, with closet key, and they weren't sure, and they just made it go up and then down real big. What would you do? You're the teacher. What do you do?
Do it yourself again.
Yeah, maybe do it myself again, or like to that group, be like, why don't you guys sing for, like, we'll sing together. Let's sing that one that they're struggling on, whatever it is. Let's sing it together, and maybe take a step back. If they're having trouble with the icon, go back to the movement. If they moved it well, but they're having trouble putting it on paper or in benderoo form or whatever icon you're using, have them go back and see if you can have them move it again. If they're still struggling after you sing with them or they sing for you and do it. That's the great thing about having that individual attention there. What really sucks is when you're trying to teach kids on a cart and you're in somebody else's room and there's desks everywhere and stuff. This makes this so much harder to do. It's like not my favorite thing ever, but you get over it. Kindergarten rooms tend to be kind of wide open and they have a lot of stuff in them anyway, and there usually aren't a lot of desks and that kind of stuff as it is. So it's kind of nice to do that in the kindergarten room. The learner will describe melodic contour of those two songs using appropriate vocabulary. Did I ask you about that? And then there's this. You could use thumbs up, thumbs down, stays the same, whatever it is. There you go. Check out my materials. I actually list where I can find the song. Where did I get it from? I got it from here. It's in this book. It says Sing It Yourself, right? And it says page 12. It's on page 12. You can find the song there. Closet key from 150 folk songs to read, sing, and play, and that is in my office. But I promise you it's also on page 2. I swears it. It says 8-inch keys in, goodness, I can barely read that, and I'm close. But it's tiny. It says 8-inch keys cut from cardstock. It says in cut from cardstock because I'm an idiot, sorry. Cut from cardstock, enough for each child to have one. And then 24-inch pieces of brightly colored yarn or benderoos, 2 pieces per pair of children. No CDs, no tracks that I'm using because we're doing it all ourselves. My assessments I always put in italics and bold, so I know what I'm assessing. If somebody's looking at my lesson plan and they want to know where my assessments are, they can see right there, how am I assessing these kids? And I promise you, a principal at some point in your life will ask you what kind of assessments you're using. You know what I mean? They might look at a lesson plan and they'll want to know what you're teaching and how you're assessing the kids. They might not look at all your procedures, but they'll probably look at this stuff at the top. What are you actually teaching? What are your learning objectives or your I can statements or whatever the buzzwords are that they happen to be using? They'll want to know what that is. They'll want to know how you know they know. So I am the kind of person where I write the script for myself. I like to think about what I'm going to say. I don't know if anybody knows this. I may have mentioned it on my interview. I'm not sure whether I did. But I have a huge thing with Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers is like a huge hero of mine. I love him. I think he's fantastic. He never once, never ever on his show ad-libbed. Ever. Like anything that was a segment, he never ad-libbed anything because he believed that children were worth the time to plan what you said to them. So I'm the kind of person that says, I want to have a really good idea of how I want this to go. Do I follow the script exactly and memorize it? No. I just have a good idea of what I'm going to talk about. You guys can actually see the script that I have here and see it was probably pretty close to what I said, but it might not be exact. I took you through the same basic steps, but maybe not with the exact words. So I've got what key I'm using. I use thumbs up for my assessments too. It just lets me know for my sake, hey, here's a thumbs up. Are students matching pitch consistently while singing? Close your eyes and give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you think it goes down. Fists, etc. Let's see. It keeps going. I know this is really long, but I just want you guys to see the detail that goes into a simple lesson. So again, we're going to learn a different song. It's about losing something. I do like to talk to students because they do have life experiences that make the song count to them sometimes. They'll tell you they lost something. You'll have 18 kids that want to tell you about what they lost and they got in trouble for it, or they found it in this weird place, their grandma stole it, or whatever. They'll tell you all kinds of stuff. You actually have to keep it to like 3 or 4 kids. Are they matching pitch? Great job. I asked, what do you notice about it? Does it go up, going down, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this thing here. Wonderful work. Walk around to observe. So I'm just taking you through the steps that I have. These are my little procedures. My goodness, you're all wonderful listeners. And I really do say that kind of stuff when I'm teaching students. It's totally true. Thumbs up, thumbs down for both Solomon Grundy and Closet Key. I didn't do that. I didn't follow it really closely. That's my fault. I'm sorry about that. There is a game that goes with Closet Key. It's a great game. Kindergartners love it because you have like a closet key, and if you have your own room or whatever, there's an it who gets to find the thing. You take some time to hide it, and you put it in a place, and you might put it right there while the it hides. And then what happens is that everybody sings, and we sing louder as the person gets closer and softer as they're farther away. So it's like hot and cold, but you do it with music instead. Use loud and soft as they get closer. And then, you know, the it gets to choose the next person, and blah, blah, blah. They love that game. Even older kids that you don't think would love that game, love that game. It's dumb. Like, I have no idea why 3rd graders want to play this game, but they totally like to play this game. Because it's a game. They like games, any kind of games. I didn't circle because this was on computer, but the modes of engagement I used, we sang, we didn't play, but we moved to listen, we didn't create. I connected it to the North Carolina Essential Standards. And then at the end of each standard, what I like to do is say what objectives I covered that standard with. It's really clear then. If an administrator pulls that, all I have to do is be like, this is how I assess this is where it's hitting those standards. Because sometimes they want to know, all you do in this class is sing and play. And I get that all the time. I'm like, playing and fun does not mean the absence of learning. These two things are not mutually exclusive. You can play and learn. You can sing and learn. It drives me nuts. So if you go into this, know that that's a constant frustration, no matter what type of music that you teach. All you guys do are the band concerts. You're not really learning anything. Well, you're gonna live your whole life with that. Just get used to it now. And get ready to justify yourself constantly. So I have all of those and how I met them. Content standards, there we go. And then how would I follow up? How would I build on it? They can name that tune with those things, maybe a 3rd tune, with contours drawn iconically on the board. So like a name that tune. Like I did the first time we were together when I put up like Hot Cross Buns and Mary Had a Little Lamb or something like that with the icons. They could do the same thing with the 2 songs that we learned today. They could also use yarn or benderoos to create their own melodic contours to be sung by classmates. It's a little harder with 24 inches, but what I do with vocal exploration sometimes, which is a ton of fun, is I'll have them make fun shapes and then we'll actually sing the up and downs of whatever they made. It's great for vocal exploration, which helps them match pitch. So that's a lot of fun in kindergarten. If you saw this lesson plan, oh, I almost forgot. Sorry. I also have an E for inactive, an I for iconic, an I for iconic. You don't have to have that for every single activity. Notice that I don't have it for all of them. There's none on this page. Not every activity that you do is going to be inactive, iconic, or symbolic. Not everything you do will have that. So I just put it in the places where it's appropriate. So I know that I'm kind of hitting what I want to hit, like that I have them doing enough and active. I can look over past lesson plans and say, wow, I really had them moving a ton. Maybe it's time to move on to the icon because they've had a lot of movement. It might be time to try that. Or they've been, maybe they haven't had enough moving and I move them over too early. That happens to me all the time, so I look back. I do that in my lessons with you guys. I did that in my lessons when I taught the same class at UNCG. I had my students could not understand the concept of an icon for the longest time. And I was like, it's not the same thing as a symbol. And we just went back and I did it in a bunch of different ways, Do it again, try it another way, do it another way. And we just kept going back because they had to know that eventually. So, that's the thing. But it allows you to go back and see how you've engaged the students. If you saw this lesson plan and I gave this to you and you were my sub, could you teach my lesson? You would be able to do it? Awesome. When you guys write me a lesson plan, I want to be able to teach your lesson. Give it to me so I can do it. Because I can do it, but I need to know what you want me to do. So write a lesson plan that I can teach. Doesn't have to have every single, you don't have to have an active, iconic, symbolic on yours. I do that for me. Lesson plans are for you, but somebody, say you fall down the stairs. That totally happened to me once. Fell down the stairs at school, got knocked unconscious for about 25 minutes, had to be taken to the hospital. Somebody had to pull my lesson plans. The band director pulled my lesson plan. He wanted to know what I was doing for the day. He's totally capable of doing that, but had I not had a lesson plan, those kids would have been sitting there watching a movie. I didn't want them to lose that time just because I had a concussion. That sucks. So people should be able to pull your lesson plan and teach your stuff. It was during a snowstorm too. My husband was ready to kill me. He's like, how? How do you do this? I'm like, I have concrete steps with no non-slip grips. I fell. I was going to get stupid show choir dresses out the back stairwell and I slipped and fell. It was snowy. It's Ohio. It was terrible. But yeah, the vice principal saw my foot sticking out and thought it was like kids doing something they weren't supposed to do. And he came up and was like, oh my God, you're not conscious. This is a problem. So it was great. My life. But after I came back, I was gone for 2 or 3 days, and when I came back, every room that I taught in had non-slip, rubber things on all the stairs. They just totally didn't want to get sued. I think it's time, and it is time, for a break and a cool down, okay? Because I know it's hot in here, so take a break. It's about 10 minutes. We're just going to play the rest of the time.
Yes.
We will use recorders and ukuleles, so yeah, take a break and get cool.
I feel like